Unicorn Store is trash.
Garbage!
Originally, I planned to review Captain Marvel, a perfect opportunity to combine my resentment for both the film and incomparable Brie Larson.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
No, this is...
When they bleached your hair, they must have bleached your brains too.
But after seeing the entire internet already immersed in Captain Marvel content, mercilessly tearing apart her "Can I speak to your manager" id piece by piece, I thought I could just as easily do that with Unicorn Store. If you think about it, they're kind of the same movie, are they not? Dead-eyed blonde protagonist, a Negro for her ego, telling the audience her life story instead of showing it, and when it is shown, it's through montage.
You do know why they call it doctor, don't you?
Who wrote this?
Samuel L. Jackson, Snapchat filter eyes. In spite of Dead-eyed Blonde's literal lack of identity,
I don't even know who I am.
we as the audience are expected to believe she's special from bare minimum personality traits. Lazy social commentary.
Ladies' period got you down, stuck on the sidelines while life passes you by.
Like a commercial that exists in no universe. We can't even have our periods without men stepping in. An animal representing something significant to an important character, yet in a cruel twist of irony ruins all significance. Both films are just nothing. Two honking nothing burgers. I mean, at the very least, Captain Marvel is a nothing burger backed up by 10 years of world building and well-rounded characters. But Unicorn Store? Out there all by itself, floating through the darkened cold of Netflix. Speaking of which, Netflix, what the fuck? Alright, this is how it goes. We follow a glittery cipher named Kit, who, after being 86'd from a prestigious art college by FOPS, has to live with her parents. She receives a message instructing her to show up in Shitter's Alley, where she finds the store and its manager, Sam Jackson.
Don't touch that. Just kidding.
Oh, thanks, asshole! I'm already fearing for my life right now. And you got some fucking Negro in the dark. Like, hey! Don't touch that shit! No, he has tinsel in his afro. That means he's a magical Negro.
Oh, Kit, don't you want to just jump into that screen and hug the shit out of your very own precious pink unicorn? Braid its hair, sing its songs, bake it cookies.
You couldn't have said that creepier?
Bake it cookies.
I mean, who's fucking directing that? Oh, right. Sam Jackson tells Kit he's a unicorn salesman, adamant in making her a sale on one condition.
There are certain requirements.
Let me suck your titties, baby.
This isn't real, and I'm gonna buy graph paper!
You have to be the right sort of girl.
The right sort of girl. Did Brie Larson go to college? No!
Am I saying that I hate white dudes? No, I'm not.
Now,
Okay.
where are you from? Here?
But what I am saying is,
I did my stunts because I thought that that's what everyone did, and then
Tom Cruise over here?
no, I want to be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Wow.
you make a movie that is a love letter to women of color. There is an insanely low chance a woman of color will have the chance to see your movie and review your movie.
Bitch, I will kick the bulimia out of your ass.
Is there any competition between the different groups? Is there
There's
any
no competition for me because I'm the strongest, so it's just kind of like a different.
Oh, yeah, she let it.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
I don't hate white dudes. James Louis!
Nah, you didn't think we were getting off that easy, did you? From here, instead, is a wacky tale of self-discovery.
And I've taken a temporary position at a public relations firm.
What the fuck are you doing?
Relations? Oh my sweetie.
Wow.
They're just characters meant to react to her quirky bullshit, and they're just trying to cope with this garbage that they've created. And it's so convincing. Oh, there's a coexist sticker on the fridge. The fuck? Fuck it. I'm just gonna skip to the end. I'm already tired of this shit. Sam Jackson gives her the damn unicorn, but she chooses to let it go. Clearly, this is a metaphor for growing up or some horse shit. I'm telling you this now because everything leading up to this blessed event is so hollow and muddled, the ending's rendered meaningless. You'll be running down an endless Mobius strip trying to find a feasible moral. At first, you're like, oh, maybe Kit's learning to better herself and repair her fractured relationships, earning what she wants most. But she gives up what she wants most. So that can't be it. No, I get it. She figures out what she wants most is to better herself and repair her fractured relationships. Aha! Though she really doesn't do that either. Alright, wait, I got it. Okay, I got it. Kit learns to let childish things go, symbolizing her transition into adulthood. But she's right back where she started by the end, a jobless woman baby living with her parents, and every problem is solved through bland 30-second conversations or half-assed apologies. God damn it! Hold on a sec, it's me, JL. I'm gonna rant about something I forgot to mention in the main review. What makes the plot even shakier and causes the ending to have even less significance is the selection process. He knows Kit's address, where she works, her name. Yet it comes to some big surprise to him that she's a spoiled, ungrateful brat, unworthy of the unicorn.
And this unicorn is gonna love all of my energies, and if she doesn't, then she can just go back to her sad little forest, okay?
Has anyone ever told you you are a very selfish person?
As if he knows nothing about this chick. Which indicates they're just picking names out of a hat. And they just so happen to pick a woman who's foolishly been obsessed with unicorns since she was a little girl. And they had some other chick already lined up who deserved the unicorn more than she did. And he failed to tell her that beforehand. Or fuck that. Instead of making them compete for a unicorn, maybe just give it to the person who needs it more. Why go through these pointless mind games and tease her with it to force her to become a better person, even though that never happened? Like, how does this process work? I don't think you've thought this through, Sam Jackson. And the chick they finally decided to give the unicorn to looks like she has truckloads of unresolved trauma. So how is a unicorn going to fix that? How is a unicorn going to reverse the feeling of my uncle penetrating my hymen at 6 years old? Tell me how. How? I did a skosh of research on unicorns before I started this review. Their powers consist of healing and poison control. Okay, healing, but like physical healing or mental healing? The rules weren't clear. I'm sure I'll put the details in the video somewhere. And since this screening process is so fucking flimsy, any of these fucking Los Angeles ghouls could use this unicorn for their own personal gain. They could sell it or use it to become famous. They are in LA, horror central. Part of the rules, like the few rules that are mentioned in this film, is to see the unicorn, you have to believe in it. So if Kit had gotten the unicorn, she would have looked like a crazy person because her parents didn't believe in it. The boyfriend didn't believe in it until the last second. Somehow. So Kit would have been frolicking around with an invisible unicorn for the rest of her life. That is until her parents decided to throw her in the funny farm. This unicorn would actually do more harm than good. I swear to God, a child wrote this movie. No one with any kind of formal training in creative writing could fucking ignore these details. And before anyone in the comment section or wherever tries to tell me, oh, well, it's surrealism, you're not supposed to question the logic of things like this because it's supposed to be up to interpretation. Well, the thing about that is this movie is shit. That's all I got are questions about the logic of this film, because everything else, the writing, the characters, are all dog shit. So as I'm sitting there watching this film bored, I have to ask questions like, oh, where does Sam Jackson get his afro sheen? Are there different salesmen for different objects? Like, is there a salesman for a washer and dryer? Is there a celestial car salesman? Is there a salesman for sex? Like, am I gonna get a note in the mail saying, oh yeah, I come to this location so True Jordy can tap that ass? There's so many fucking questions that aren't being answered. This movie is dependent on this little bitch getting a unicorn and her learning a lesson from that. And because all the logic around the unicorns and how the unicorn store works doesn't work, nothing else works. Honestly, I hope that doesn't become a new form of complacence with film. Like, oh, it's surreal. You can't ask questions about logic because it's surreal. Like, don't give these filmmakers ideas on how to be lazy, please. Anyway, that's all I got. Let's get back to the real review. Silver Linings, Unicorn Store takes a well-deserved jab at the modern art world, but that's kind of undercut by the implication that Kit's art, which has all the artistic prowess of a blind 5-year-old, is somehow better.
Don't look at these. These are my artistic failures.
According to who?
Bausch and Lomb.
I took his class. He's extremely prolific in the art world.
Stick in a box. Sounds like an idiot.
No, he's not an idiot. He's the first artist to put a stick in the box.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Goddamn, my cold dead heart just had to beat there, didn't it?
Stereotypes. Stereotypes everywhere. Cold corporate business people, jittery Caucasian parents, loner love interest, totes awk friend planted firmly up the protagonist's rectum.
Oh, these are just my clothes.
Really cool.
And you've already met the wise magical Negro. And that's it! There's nothing else to them but their titles. Oh, and then there's the white male boss using his position of power to mac on female employees, of course. But the white male boss stereotype doesn't read until the last 10 minutes of the film.
Oh, do you need to use the copy machine?
No, go ahead.
Is he like freaked out by her using the copy machine for something other than copying paper? The fuck is he looking like that for?
We like the same things.
Honestly, this is David Schwimmer if he was on To Catch a Predator.
Vice president of the company, not the United States, though. Maybe someday.
This is not a real person. I can't tell whether or not he's flirting or just fucking weird. The first $1.20 dude's performance is so quirky and eccentric, his advances towards Kit seem almost sincere, as if he's genuinely taken by vaginal white noise. I thought he'd end up being Kit's love interest. Instead, we get a guy whose feelings for her range from baffled to annoyed.
Dinner's ready.
I want a pizza!
Sorry, that's my mom. She's just super annoying.
She's super annoying because she wants to make you dinner.
To inexplicable awe, depending on whatever the plot fucking dictates.
It's an art show of my life.
If you were a building, this is what you'd look like.
Like a piece of garbage. A piece of glittery garbage.
Did you do all of this?
You did. Just took it out of the trash and hung it up.
Nice, dude. Like, it's not a compliment.
That is the nicest thing a man has ever said to me.
That was me. I'm telling you, get the fuck out of my house, nigga. It's not a compliment. And what of Kit? What's her stereotype? I was close to categorizing her as a manic pixie dream girl, but so many other supporting characters are so wacky, they make her look like the straight man. Oh, and Brie darling, if you're watching this, I mean a comedic straight man, not an actual straight. You know what? You're a good kid. Forget it. But I sincerely doubt the queen of Hollywood feminism, Lady Lord Summer's Eve, would be so callous as to allow the female protagonist in her directorial debut to become a filthy sexist stereotype. Am I right? Stereotypes aren't inherently bad. There's some great media chock full of them. There's one thing these have that this doesn't. A teeny tiny itsy bitsy thing called character development. The closest we get to development is this childhood footage spliced together during the opening credits.
Doing this film, it was always really... It triggered something in me that felt very real, and I didn't know what that was until I started going through home movies to add in the sequence of young Kit. And I found all this footage of me as a little kid talking about wanting a unicorn. So, yes, it's so weird.
So weird.
If you don't give us anything to connect to, then all we have is just some walking collection of slogans and optimism. And we are given no clues, not one single window into how she might have gotten that way. And because we can't relate to her, we can't humanize her. And it doesn't really help that she's one of those characters who thinks she knows the world.
Well, this is not a vacuum for your house. This is a vacuum for your soul.
Oh, you don't like coffee.
That was just old Kit. She didn't try hard enough to like things that are disgusting. It's these dudes that I just tiptoe around because I think that they know so many things. They don't. I know things.
But every person alive has a dream. Everybody needs some magic in their lives.
But we all don't have the same dream, you twats. My dream is to be crushed underneath True Geordie's muscular, sweaty body. And that has fuck all to do with rainbows and glitter. I mean, unless he shoved a bag of glitter up my ass. I'm better than everyone because I paint and I dream and I love and colors and beauty. Yeah, I realize this review is kind of short. That's how bad this movie is. That you can't really say much about it. I'm even repeating what I said earlier in the review. It's just, the movie's nothing. It's a It's bad. Why is this even on Netflix? Holy shit. I mean, look at this scene. Oh!
Lights!
Even though I've been weird throughout this entire fucking movie. Blinking lights are just so outrageous to me.
Mystic. Back.
This is an Oscar winner.
We can clean up all this glitter and the colors of our choice.
Oh god, please stop. Please stop. Stop. You're hurting me. You look like a Women's March piñata. Stop. It kind of made me regret living. If I can conjure one sentence to describe this film, it'd be
Captain Marvel star Brie Larson participates in targeted harassment against Netflix's unicorn store critic.
Brie Larson sucks. Now I got a drink to forget about this movie. So see you guys later. Bye.